Alicia, and I thought I would tell you about my experience with the paranormal and things that I can't explain. So, this started way back, but my main story takes place in 2012, so I feel comfortable enough talking about it now that nothing too crazy is gonna happen. But I was living in this house with my family, and we always had all this weird stuff happening. Like, things would move, cabinet doors would close and open. We had the blinds open and close themselves one time. We had voices you could hear. We could hear people walking. I remember one time I was home alone and I thought I heard my mom come home, like she was in the garage, and I went out to go check and she wasn't home and the car wasn't there. So things like that would happen all the time. So back to when it was 2012. In 2012 I graduated high school, so yeah. But I just graduated high school and I was getting ready to move to college. And one day I woke up with bite marks on my stomach that looked like teeth. And I remember looking at it and just being like, what the heck is that? Like, I don't know what this is. So I just kind of pushed it aside, but I went to my mom and I was like, hey, does this look like teeth marks to you? And she was like, yeah. And so that was just kind of weird. I thought I hit something funny, I did something weird, I didn't know what happened. So a couple weeks go by and like weird things are happening in our house. Like, my sister said that she heard someone walking, like dragging their nails across the wall, like walking from one side of our house into my room. And in my room I had a motion censored light, and it would, like, okay, so if you walked into the closet, the light would turn on, but it used to flicker like on off, on off, on off, on off, and it used to freak me out. And so I used to go and put like a cover over it so that it wouldn't do that, and it just kept doing it and doing it. So I turned it off completely because it was scaring me, and it still kept on doing it. And my boyfriend said that it could have been like the electric circuit doing something funny. Well, later on down the ways, I had some electricians come in to check it and they couldn't find anything wrong. And so like, it was just really weird. So like my lights, and then after a while, like I couldn't even keep a light bulb in there. It would just stop working all the time. The fuse would blow every single time. And I had electricians look at this, so there's that. And that used to scare me a lot because I literally just sit there and I could see the light going on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. And I used to be like, stop, and it would stop. So that used to really freak me out. So some time went on, and then I woke up one morning and I looked down at my legs, and I actually have a picture that I can show you guys. I woke up with these bruises on my legs, and I remember just looking down, and I was able to actually, because there was another, like, there's like an empty spot in one of them, and I was able to rub off part of it, but the rest of it was completely bruised. And so I like measured my hands in it, and my hands didn't fit into this. And then I measured my sister, my mom, all these people, like maybe we were sleepwalking or something, no one's hands fit. And my dad wasn't with us at the time, he was overseas working. And so I just had these insane bruises that we couldn't explain. And so me being me, I was like, well, maybe I'm sleepwalking, maybe I'm doing something to myself. So I recorded myself for 4 nights consecutively and nothing happened. But in the actual video, and I don't have footage of this, I deleted this a long time ago because it scared me. The way I had set up my room was so that I had a light on so that when the camera was recording so it could see, I put like a, like those clip-on lights, those ones that used to clip on. I had like a wire bed, so I was able to clip it on and shine it at my door where my closet was, just so I could have some light in the film from where I was filming, but it wasn't in my face. So I was like, okay, perfect. Well, I did that, and throughout the night you could see something slowly, like a shadow, pass in front of the light, and then it would show on the wall, and then it would keep doing that throughout the night. It was so scary. So you saw the person walking back and forth. Well, then after watching all this, like my mom, my sister and I were getting kind of scared, and like they were like, hey, we need to get someone out to look at this, like we need to get a priest, we need to do something. And I said, no, there has to be an explanation, like there has to be something that is going on. And so I went to bed. Nothing happened for a couple days, but these bruises were still on my legs, so like I looked like I was being beaten by someone. But then I went to bed and I woke up flipped like in the other direction than when I went to sleep, and I had bruises on my arms, like someone had gone like this on both of my arms and tried to pull me. And so that was when we were like, okay, we need to contact somebody. And like both of the bruises, the way that they were like shaped was like someone was grabbing me by my arms and trying to pull me out, and the same with my legs, like it looked like they'd gone underneath my legs, tried to pull me that way. So after that happened, we called in these people, and I originally set the film to like, I saved the pictures and the pictures of my legs, the pictures of my arms, and the video to some guy. I don't remember who we sent it to. My mom pulled him up and we emailed him, and he emailed us back and told us this agency where we lived that we could actually go to, and they would come out for free and just come and investigate. So we emailed them, and I think they got back to us within a couple days, and that weekend they came out to come and investigate. So it was really weird when these people came out, because there was about 5 people in the group that came out. And so they came at about, I don't even remember, I think it was like 9, 10. So they came out and they set up all of this equipment, and it was so weird because they put like cameras everywhere in our house, and there was like these things, it was like you can see it at Spencer's, but it wasn't the one from Spencer's. It was like these green, it was like a laser show essentially, and they put green lights all over so you could see where you were walking because we had all the lights off. So what we really did was they set us up in different rooms with different like mics, cameras, things, and so we just kind of sat there and talked to ourselves for a while. And they took pictures. I remember specifically we sat a lot in my room because my room, of course, I was having all the problems, and so I sat on my bed, but along with my sister, because I was really scared. I was really scared, and so we sat on my bed, and oh my goodness, we sat on my bed and they took like pictures and stuff, and so that they could see anything. And they found, I don't know if you guys are familiar, but they found a bunch of orbs, which are like what they say to be energy balls, and they couldn't have been dust because my mother was a clean freak, so we had everything like perfectly clean and everything, so it wasn't dust or anything, but there was like tons of them. And so we just kind of kept investigating, going around doing that, like recording things like that. And so then we all got together in my room for the last half of it, and they pulled out this box, and the way it works is that it flicks through AM radio stations, AM and FM, I think it was just AM. I think it was just AM radio stations. And it flicks through them so quickly that if anything is like said or heard, it's like EVPs but real time. So we all sat there and we asked like questions to see if it was real. Like my mom, my sister, and I, we asked questions that only certain things could know. Like there was no way that these things could have been fake. So these questions were answered, and we were just like, oh my god. And so we kept on going throughout the night, and I found out that the bruises were from somebody named Seth, and the reason why he was doing that to me was because he found me to be attractive. He literally said the words, "She's hot." Said, "Alicia, she's hot." And so that was really scary. I still have goosebumps from it. It was kind of surreal. But yeah, so that was a really strange experience to go through. But what was even stranger was a couple weeks later, we got material back, and we got so many. They caught so many EVPs they couldn't even give it all to. EVPs are electronic voice phenomenons. They caught so many EVPs at my house that they couldn't even give them all to us because there were so many. And so I'll play a few of them because they're kind of interesting. So I'll show you some of them.
What message do you want me to give to your mum? Oh, I didn't think about that. So when do you leave for college? August 16th. What it is that's going on in this in our house, because it's really scaring me.
We don't have to have a vote if I lived here. What is the name of the ghost that keeps on marking up Alicia's legs? Me. I heard me. What's your name?
He loves you so much.
So, I don't know if you can hear it. I can hear it, but it's not a voice that was in the room at the time. So it was just kind of eerie. Like, it was scary to hear. But that was a really strange experience, and we were lucky because when they were getting ready to leave, all this stuff was happening. So they stayed with us for just a little bit longer so that we wouldn't feel scared or anything. We just kind of sat around and talked. But after they left, my sister and my mom and I just kind of sat on the couch together, and we didn't know what to say, what to do. Just after the whole experience, we all just kind of sat around, and I slept with a light on that night because I was really scared. But I slept in my room. But yeah, it was a really weird experience. And I mean, we've had, after we did some, like, we had some priests come in and baptize our house after we got the EVPs back and everything. We learned that none of the spirits, anything that was in our house was not malicious. They were just kind of there. And so it was just kind of, I don't know, it was an odd experience. And I mean, since then we've moved houses, so we haven't, I mean, I haven't had anything happen in that house in particular, the new house, but my sister's had some small things happen. I personally, I think it's I don't know, it's really hard because I can never really judge if it's just me being paranoid because of what's happened to me. Like, I feel like someone's watching me, so I'll like turn. You know the feeling like when you can feel someone's like watching you. Their eyes are burning into the back of your skull and you're like, hey. Well, that's what I feel like is happening sometimes. But apart from that, like, nothing weird has happened. But yeah, that's some of the weird things that I've had happen to me. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. Or tell me about any experiences that you guys have had. Have you had anything weird happen to you that you can't explain? Have you had ghost hunters come out to your house like you did for, like, what happened to me? If you haven't already, why don't you hit that red button down below and join my little kitten family. I put out new videos every single Wednesday and Friday. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.